Hi, this is Mashnu, and here is game 3 of the series Great Chess Miniatures. Now, I have chosen a game that was played here in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam 1979, the third round of the IBM tournament, and with the white pieces is a Dutch player, Hans Bohm, international master, and he's playing against the Grandmaster Roman Hernandez, rated 2500. And well, let's have a look at the game. It's a short game. It's a short game, only about 12 moves. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. This is the Spanish opening, also called the Ruy Lopez, named after a Spanish priest, Ruy Lopez. a6, bishop takes c6 is the exchange variation. Now here black has a double pawn, but the compensation for black is that he has the pair of bishops that can be developed easily. Now taking this pawn on e5 is not correct, because black wins it immediately with queen to d4, attacking the knight and the pawn, or queen to e7, the same thing. So, but that's something that is very well known. Now here white castled, bishop to g4 was played, pinning this knight, and white answered h3, and black continued with h5, sacrificing this piece on g4. This is a theoretical position. It has been played several times, and to take this bishop is wrong. If you take here on g4, then h takes g4, and white is in serious trouble. As soon as the knight moves, then the queen is going to h4 with a deadly threat on h1. So this is something that we don't want with white. So it's better not to take this bishop. And in the game, d3 was played. Now queen to f6, and white replied bishop to e3. Now here, in other games that have been played, black takes on f3. That's, let's say, the more strategical approach to double the pawns on the f file of white. So bishop takes f3, queen takes f3, queen takes f3, g takes f3. This is how it has been played before. But in this game, something else was played. In this game, black played knight to e7. The idea of this knight to e7 is to bring the knight to g6 and then to f4, where it attacks these two pawns. That's the plan for this knight. White continued with knight to d2, and black played the knight to g6. Now here, in this position, white can take on g4, and that's exactly what he did. H takes g4. Black took again, and here actually white made his main mistake. He moved this knight to g5, thinking that this was the best move that he could do, blocking the black queen, so it cannot go to h4, the queen. But what black did is he played knight to f4 now, not only threatening to take the knight on g5, but also threatening to go to the h file, queen h6, and threatening mate there. And here white solved the problem by playing queen to g4. Well, it's actually not correct to say that he solved the problem, because the next move of black was the last move of the game. And I want to invite you to pause the video now and have a look at the position. See if you can find the winning move for black here. I'll continue in a few seconds. Alright, so the last move of the game here was queen takes g5. Here white is completely lost. There is no way to save this game. If the queen is taken, then knight to e2 is checkmate. If the knight is taken, then the queen falls, so that's not a solution. Now what else to do? Playing f3? Let's have a look. Knight h3 check. Beautiful sacrifice. If this is taken, e3 falls with check. And now what? If king to g2, then the next piece falls, and if rook to f2, then we continue the attack with bishop to c5. Now to defend this rook that is attacked twice, you can go with a queen to g3, but then rook takes h3 follows. So the attack of black continues heavily. Queen takes, king must go to h1, and now queen takes e2 is enough. Black wins a piece, is ready to, well, bring his king into safety later, activate his rook and win the game easily. The white king is still in danger. So let's return to the moment, actually the crucial moment in this game, where here white played knight to g5. Well, actually a good move would have been bishop to g5. Now the queen is forced to move away from here. For example, to e6 or d6. Let's say queen to e6. Now white can move the knight away from there, and the black king cannot reach the h-file anymore. So here, well, black can still try things like g3 to start an attack, but it's not enough. Now the f-file is being opened, so more squares are in hands of white, and black doesn't have enough compensation for this sacrificed piece now. This is something that I find very interesting, that this bishop that was for so many moves on g4, at the beginning of the game it would be dangerous to take it, and at this point actually it was possible to take it, but only if white would follow with bishop to g5, and not like in the game knight to g5, because after knight to f4 things get really worse. Queen takes g4 and the beautiful move queen takes g5, winning the game. Alright, I hope you enjoy this one, and I'll see you next time on YouTube. Goodbye.